It's time now for Real Estate Update. With Usha Chandra of GlobeNet Realty, real estate is our world.
Now we're standing here face to face, afraid to move or else.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special segment of the weekly real estate update with Usha Chandra of GlobeNet Realty. With that, welcome to the show, Usha.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Usha Chandra and Australian Indian Radio.
Well, it's always wonderful to have you on the show, and of course, big things been happening. The Melbourne Cup's out of the way, but with that, there has been some interest rate rises once again. That's been seventh one in this, in a row. So but it is still coming to that point where it will be stabilizing. So it will create a little bit of confusion in the industry.
Hopefully, yes, the interest rate will be stabilizing. It can't keep on going 7 times in a row, actually. So hopefully, everybody is hoping that it will stabilize soon.
And definitely, we do really hope that it does come to, because it is all designed to bring inflation back in control, and that is the whole idea of it. With that does come the pains, as they say, growing pains. Well, right now, let's take a look at our reports and look at the combined capital city and look at what the clearance rates have been.
Yes, let's have a quick look at the combined capital city preliminary clearance rate that slips below 60% for the first time since August. There were 1,908 auctions held across the combined capital cities last week, down from 2,169 over the previous week and 3,546 this time last year. With 1,501 results collected so far, 59.8% were successful. The first time the preliminary clearance rate has slipped below 60% since late August. Last week's preliminary clearance rate was 2.9% points higher, 62.7%, revising down to 60.7% at the final figures. While this time last year, 76.8% reported auctions were successful. There were 582 homes taken to auction in Melbourne last week as Melbourne Cup Carnival takes over the city. The previous week saw 1,163 homes taken to auction across the city, while this time last year 1,752 auctions were held. And of 494 results collected so far, 60.7% were successful, down by 3.9% points from the previous week, which was 64.6%, which revised down to 62% at the final figures. Once the remaining results are collected, Melbourne's final figures rate will slightly slip down below 60% for the first time since week ending 28 August at 59.7%.
Okay, that's looking like that it is around the 59.7 or 60, and of course when Melbourne Cup stops the nation, so there was a little bit of disruption there. But moving on, let's take a look at the auction results.
Yes, let's have a quick look at the auction results. That the results were: Sydney was 62.3% clearance rate, total auctions were 762, and of the cleared auctions were 397. Melbourne was 60.7%, 582 properties were taken to auction and 300 sold under the hammer. Brisbane was down 45.7%, 218 properties were taken to auction and only 63 sold under the hammer. Adelaide was 68.2%, 154 properties were taken to auction and 73 sold under the hammer. Perth was 38.5%, down there as well. 28 properties were taken to auction and only 5 were cleared auctions. Tasmania was not applicable. 1 property was taken to auction and none it didn't even sell. Canberra was 59.8%. 163 properties were taken to auction and only 67 sold. So looking at the results for all the capital cities, the results was 59.8%. 1,908 properties were taken to auction and 905 only sold under the HEMA. So looking at the results, it's really down everywhere except Adelaide. Adelaide market is going down there as well, but 68.2%. So that's the highest result in the capital cities.
So when the clearance rate is very high there, but the listings come, meaning that people have now taken to the auction method of sales there now, and the demand must be there for such a great clearance rate. When we know that other areas have had up to about 38%. So and compared that to 68.2 with the national average of 59, that's pretty good. So what has this done in terms of property values? Let's take a look at the monthly change first.
Yes, looking at the monthly change, let's have a quick look at the Sydney market, minus 1.1%. Melbourne was minus 0.8%. Brisbane was minus 1.9%. Adelaide was minus 0.3%. And Perth was minus 0.1%. So the combined capital cities minus 1%. So the highest rate down was in Brisbane. Brisbane was always up, and now look at it, minus 1.9%.
That's right. That's a very, very steep decline there, minus 1.9. But that might be the market adjustment, the market coming to terms with reality. Prices were a little bit inflated because the demand, it was demand driven because people were making multiple offers and things like that. Well, right now, of course, we know, even though that's the snapshot of the month, but it then has a bearing on what happened over the 12 months. Let's take a look at that.
Yes, looking at the Sydney market first again, minus 8.5%, down, fairly down there. Melbourne was minus 5.6%. Brisbane is plus 8.6%. Adelaide is the best, as we say, plus 16.7%. Perth is plus 4.1%. So the combined capital cities was minus 3.2%. So that's the results from basically Sydney and Melbourne. The market is quite down there, minus 8.5 and minus 5.6%.
And that's quite interesting to see that, when we look at the 12-month change, Brisbane sitting at 8.6 and Adelaide at 16.7, and as we've seen that it is still growing. So, yeah, people would be paying a premium there, but it is catching up. People have already discovered that. And, of course, there's also a lot of migration happening that way as well, with the migration points and other things like that. So overall, 12 months, looking at the three cities which are above the line, Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth. So, well done on those areas. Well, of course, we know that in real estate, people say about what's in the market. Of course, you can have an agency, you can have real estate agents, but unless properties are listed for sale, that's not what's in the market. So what is in the market currently? What is the listing rates?
Yes, looking at the Brisbane market first, 3,789 properties came on the market. Listing is down in Brisbane as well. So total 4-week count is 14,620. Sydney is down as well, 6,154 new listings, 22,448 4-week count. Canberra listing is up actually, 748 properties have come on the market. So Canberra has got 2,159 in the 4-week count. Melbourne listing is down as well, 7,434. So 4-week count is 27,852. Looking at Adelaide, 1,795 new properties. Pretty steady market there in Adelaide in listing and sale as well. 4,527 4-week count. Darwin is 234 new listings. 1,169 in the 4-week count. Perth is 4,000 154. Perth listing is pretty steady. 14,218 is the 4-week count. Hobart is 356 new properties, and 4-week count is 1,204. So let's have a quick look at the combined capitals. 24,664 new properties have come on the market, and 88,197 is the 4-week count. So listings are down in Brisbane, Canberra, and Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne.
Well, looking at that, those kind of numbers, the most number of listings that came in last week was Melbourne, 7,400 new listings. To me, just in a simple way of thinking is, place to buy would be in Melbourne, because at the moment there's quite a lot of listings there. Where there is less listings, like Adelaide, 1,700 only, that's why the demand is there, the price is getting very high. Well, right now let's look at the capital cities listed for rents, because there's been so much talk about people getting people finding it hard to get into rental properties, is what I'm trying to say. So what is the scene in the rental listings?
Let's have a quick look at Darwin first. Listings in rentals are 329 properties have come on the market, and the 4-week count is 679. Perth is 3,039 new properties have come on the market in rental section. 5,809 is the 4-week count. Hobart is 316 new rental properties. 596 is the 4-week count. Adelaide is 1,440 new listings, and 2,640 is the 4-week count. Brisbane listing in rentals is quite up here as well, 4,244, and 4-week count is 8,437. Sydney is 12,012 new listings, quite large number of rentals there compared to sales. 26,476 is 4-week count. Canberra is 900 rental properties, quite large number there as well. 1,807 is the 4-week count. Melbourne, look at the listings in Melbourne in rentals. 10,766 new rental properties have come on the market. 4-week count is 24,370. So combined capital cities, there's 33,046 new rentals come on the market, and 70,814 is the 4-week count. So large number of listings in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and even Canberra.
So why is there so much publicity around people not getting rental properties or shortage of rental properties, and the government, even Queensland government, is moving into some community style housing to make sure there is no shortage of rentals? And of course we know there have been a lot of rental reforms in the terms and regulations. So what does that mean in the rental industry?
Actually, in our area, the rental market is going down. We have got more properties now, and less number of tenants, prospective tenants, are coming to inspect. Like last week, we had 3 rental inspections, and some of them only 1 or 2 people came, whereas before there was about 10, 12, 15 people coming, and applications were multiple applications. At the moment, a couple of properties have been sitting on the market for a couple of weeks, and obviously there is more rentals and less less tenants looking for it in our area. I'm talking about the north side of Brisbane, and so we are not receiving multiple applications in our area. So that's the honest opinion. We have got a few properties which have been vacant for a couple of weeks, so I'm not sure. Maybe Sydney and Melbourne more demand in rentals. At the moment, we had multiple people looking at rental properties couple of 3-4 months ago, but it's quieted down a bit.
And that's why I asked that question before about the rental situation, that when there's so much talk in the media and everything, because what actually happens on the ground and what's actually reported is not always in line because what's happening on the ground now will probably get reported further down the track when everyone wakes up to that fact. By that time, the situation has actually changed. So you are quite right in saying that the market has changed. It is a different market, and at the moment, the number of inspections or number of inquiries per property is down at the moment. Well, right now, let's take a look at the rental snapshot, and let's take a look at what the rental rates are across the nation. What sort of yield are investors getting? And, of course, we've talked about vacancy. So let's look at some vacancy rates sweeping across the nation.
Yes, let's have a quick look at Sydney market. 665 is the rental, weekly rental at the moment, medium price. And 12-month change is 10.3%. Current is 2.93% is the current yield. And looking at Melbourne, 495, the prices are not changing there. The monthly change, 12-month change is 8.6%, and current yield is 3.09%. Brisbane, the rental market has gone down. Look at the price there. It was 575, now it's 573 is the medium price. And 12-month change is 13.5%, and the yield is 3.88%. Adelaide is $506 per week. 12-month change is 12.8%, and rental yield is 3.8%. Perth is $533 per week. 12-month change is 9.1%, and the current yield is 4.51%. Hobart is $551 per week. 12-month change is 7.3%, and current yield is 3.90%. Darwin is $590 a week. It's pretty steady in Darwin. 6.2%, 12-month change is 7.3%, and 6.26% is the current yield. Canberra is $682 per week. 12-month change is 7.2%. Current yield is 3.97%. Combined capitals, the rental weekly rental is medium price is $562 per week. 12-month change is 10.2%, and the yield is 3.36%. Let's have a quick look at the regional markets. 497 is pretty steady for a few months actually, and the 12-month change is 9.7%. Yield is pretty good, 4.28%. So combined national is $544 per week, and 12-month change is 10%, and current yield is 3.57%. So the rental yield hasn't changed that much, whereas the price hasn't changed that much as well.
So overall, pretty steady rental market, looking at the national average of $544 per week as the medium rent, and the yielding at about 3.5% with a vacancy rate of about 1.1%. So that's a quick snapshot of the rental properties. So when we looked at the number of listings that came on, that would also mean that there's quite a still reasonable amount of people looking for it, so that's why this so still quite a good investment is rental properties, looking at those kind of returns and the yield and the vacancy rate, as we know that the share market is quite volatile at this point in time. So a very, very sound investment property has always been. So in terms of sales, we always look at what's happening in Queensland, just for Queensland rather than the whole nation. So what have been the top two sales lately?
Yes, Queensland, 90 Admiralty Drive, Surfers Paradise, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathroom, 2 cars, and that's sold for $6.5 million. And that looks like a huge house, huge property, beautiful views from there. It's got water views as well, so quite nice property. $6.5 million. The second sale in Queensland is 26 The Boulevard, Benewa, which is 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 3 cars, $3,670,000, and that looks like a huge mansion as well. So very nice properties, both of them. 6.5 million and just over 3.5 million, $6 million on those two properties.
Amazing prices and amazing properties. So, 6.5 for a 5-bedder. Of course, there's only 5 bedrooms but 6 bathrooms. Okay, all right. So, the common areas and plus each one for the bedrooms, probably. Well, having a look at all of those kinds of prices that people are getting, what is actually happening in your area? What's happening in north side of Brisbane?
Yes, north side of Brisbane, we are getting a few listings at the moment. So the sales listing has been down in the area. A lot of people are skeptical about what they will be buying if they sell their property. I mean, I went to look at a property yesterday, and the owners were saying, "Can you show us what we can buy when we sell?" So there's not much in supply. So they're thinking about selling, but they have to find another house to move to. So listings are fairly slow at the moment, and sales is slow at the moment as well. I mean, people are looking at the interest rate and everything else. A lot of buyers are hoping that the prices will drop a bit more. They're sitting steady at the moment. They're sitting quiet, and they're thinking that the property prices will go down, and then they'll get a good buy. So the sales are slow, and listings are slow at the moment as well. As I explained, what can the sellers buy when they sell their property? We have got few open houses this weekend. One at 211 Pine Tree Close. That's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, 2 cars, and that's going on the market. Offers over 550. It's a duplex. And the current rental return will be approximately about $480 a week. So that's open, and we have got another one at 3813A Beara Street. It's a low-set brick 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-car home, and that's offers over $700. We have got open house this Saturday as well. And so we have got those 2 open houses for the weekend. Rentals, we have got 272 Muller Road, which is $570 per week. The owner has dropped the price. Actually, it was $600. So as we were discussing before, we were not achieving those prices, so the owner has dropped the price. So we have got 2 applications on that now, and we still have got open house on 51 Florimi Street, which the owner has dropped the price as well to $595. 4 bedrooms, fully refurbished home, new carpets, new paint, new toilets, new blinds, new floor coverings, and new kitchen, and that's $595. Then we have got another unit at the moment in Margate, overlooking the ocean. The owner has just bought that property in Redcliffe, and that's coming on the market for $470 per week. It's a 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 car, overlooking the ocean. So those are the rental properties. And the community Connect, we are just doing another function with Banyo District Club, and they are doing the Christmas carols, so we are preparing for that as well. And there's another function at Boondall State School, and they will doing some Christmas things, so we are supporting that as well.
Wonderful to see that community contact of GlobeNet Realty. Well, it's good to see a little bit more activities coming on in the area as well. So once again, it's been wonderful having you on the show, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
GlobeNet Realty. GlobeNet Realty has been the longest established, trusted and respected agency in its trade area. Usha Chandra, Director of GlobeNet Realty, provides honest and ethical service to her customers. If you are thinking of investing in Brisbane real estate market, or if you are seeking professional property management, then you should contact Usha Chandra today on landline 3865 4466 or mobile 0419 775 416. And for further updates, log on to our website www.globenetralty.com.au. GlobeNet Realty is your own local real estate agency. Situated at Shop 52281 Sandgate Road, Boondall. GlobeNet Realty. Real estate is our world.